Hello, wonderful people of the great World Wide Web. Welcome to the last episode of Season 3, wrapping up a great riding season with the final stretch home, from Srebreno near Dubrovnik to Zagreb. Let's see what's next. I left Montenegro and headed toward Dubrovnik, planning to find a place to camp for the night along the way, and I ended up finding one in Srebreno. The initial plan was to ride along the Croatian coast to Zadar and from there head home, basically taking the shortest inland route to Zagreb from the warm seaside, hoping to avoid too much exposure to the cold late October air. But, as it usually happens with plans, I had to change them to the weather forecast for the next days. So instead of the coastal ride, I decided to head straight from Dubrovnik toward home and find a place to camp somewhere along the way before nightfall. And it was a really nice ride. Good weather, beautiful surroundings. Everything a proper motorcycle tourist could wish for. That road closed sign, the one I passed earlier, I took it more as a suggestion and, well, had to deal with the consequences. The kilometers were piling up under the wheels, and I was getting closer and closer to home. Happy and sad at the same time. night was coming fast, and by the time I reached Korenica, it was already dark and cold. I stopped at a well-known pizzeria at the roundabout. While waiting for my food, I checked the weather forecast and decided, yeah, I'm pushing on tonight. I had enough of rain on this trip, and there is a big difference between riding in rain at 20 degrees and riding in 5. So I decided to push the last 150 kilometers home in the dark. In the pizzeria toilet, I put on all the layers I had with me and headed out again. And that day, I broke 2 personal records, riding more than 600 kilometers in one day, no highways, just back roads, and second, 150 kilometers in the dark. Not sure if that's an achievement or just bad timing, but for someone who really doesn't like riding at night, it counts. After 14 hours on the road that day, a 30-day trip through 3 countries, a few crack trips along the way, and almost 4,000 kilometers behind me, somewhere around 11 in the evening, I made it home. And with that, I'm closing this episode and Season 3. Season 4 is coming and is going to be epic. Small teaser. I rode 10,000 kilometers more than on this trip. Thanks to everyone who's watching, liking, following and commenting. It really means a lot. You are awesome. Ride safe and keep exploring.